air that Jay will have on hsn.com. So there you go, check it out. A lot of stuff on there, right? Like you have hundreds and hundreds of pieces.
Hundreds of pieces. I mean, it's just kind of mind-boggling sometimes. And also, sometimes there's only like 4 or 5 left. And so that's a way that you can still, if you missed out on something, you might get one.
That's a great point. And well, I'll tell you, Angie, when I saw you with this on, I was like, wow, it's so pretty. We have the matching earrings to this. We have a matching stretch bracelet, and don't you love it? All clearance price. So let's set the stage. This is appraised, and it's a stunning Amazonite. Amazonite is just one of the most unique and beautiful stones. Look at the coloration of it. It's bright. It's just it's almost electrified. Like it feels and looks that way. So again, when Angie slipped it on, all eyes go, wow, look at that. From a distance, you go, I've got to know what that stone is. So here's what we've done. The appraised value on the necklace by itself, it does have an extender, so it's 18 plus 2 3/4 inch on the extender, is over $300. We aired it at $219. For a rare few of you, we're now at $134.90, and that is one heck of a beautiful pendant. And watch this too, because Jay is wonderful. It's completely removable. So you can just wear rocks around your neck. That's what you love, if you love that look. Or I'm gonna grab his collar and I'll show you in a second what it looks like to drop that pendant right here and use this as a frame. But you get all of that for $134.90. We do have the earrings, they're on sale. They're 5 flex for $9.98, and the stretch bracelet is 5 flex too. Oh, thank you guys. We're just gonna give the info real quick. You don't wanna miss, this is clearance, and trust me, we don't have a lot of these. So the earrings, 5 flex, down from $79 to $49.90. Jay, where did you get this Amazonite?
Okay, I've been doing this for 42 years. 42 years, maybe a little bit longer, but that's when I started paying taxes. So,
Whoops. Hope the government didn't hear that.
I was a hippie before, okay, it didn't count in college.
He had really long hair.
Here's the deal. In 42 years of doing this, if you graded Amazonite on a 1 to 10, 10 being the best, 1 being the worst, this is a 12, okay? Wow. This comes, and you would not believe the hoops I'm jumping through with this miner trying to get more of this rough. But now, because he knows I want it so bad, the prices went loopy. So I haven't been able to cut a deal. When I first saw this material, this comes from Peru. When I first saw this, I used to go to Peru a lot back in the day, and we used to go for the opals. And one of the opals I went for was what's called Peruvian blue opal. And if you took this material and put the rough side by side, I guarantee you, side by side, even with a practiced eye, you would have a hard time not believing that it was the Peruvian blue opal. It looks identical. When I got this, it was a little bit more dense, so we really didn't know what it was. Really? I never in my wildest dreams would have guessed that this was any form of Amazonite. Usually when you have Amazonites, they have more of a tealy or more of a greeny tinge to them. Mm-hmm. They don't have a really high blue. There is tropical Amazonite that has like kind of that, they call it tropical because it does have kind of that ocean blue when you know, well, we both are boat people, mm-hmm. you know, and when you start to see that color, you get ready to bottom out, okay?
Right. It's a good thing and a bad thing all at the same time.
Yeah, it's a good thing and a bad thing. But when you're in your boat and all of a sudden the water turns this color, then it's time to start backing down, This is the cleanest Amazonite I've ever seen. It's Peruvian Amazonite. It's extremely, extremely limited. The design, I don't have any more material to make anything. I do have pieces coming up because we start 6 months a year out to making things. I mean, everything is done by hand. So you might see a few pieces up until February. But if something doesn't change drastically, this might be the last time that I'm able to get this material. Like I said, I got it at not a crazy price, but I got it at a fair value, fair price. But now, because of the popularity of it, all of a sudden the prices went up from the miner. So, but this absolutely is the cleanest Amazonite I've ever had the privilege of working to. It's like electric blue. It almost glows in the dark. And I'm not kidding. I mean, it just literally just talks to you. It just, you know, and that's what I loved about Peruvian blue opal. I was fortunate that last year, about a year and a half ago, I got just a small amount of rough. And that was mined 20 years ago, 25 years ago. And I got it out of somebody's private collection. We cut this necklace, and I think we got like 500. They didn't even last 10 seconds on air. People went crazy. You wouldn't believe the response that we got from that, from people that said, "Are you going to get more? Can you get more?" And that was just a one-shot fluke accident. It's pretty much mined out. So if you want that look, and like I said, this is almost identical. It's not opal. It is Amazonite, but this is the cleanest Amazonite and the coolest color of Amazonite I've ever got to work with.
Look, girls, I'm telling you, if this is...
Wow, look at it, it's like electric.
Look, it's the most... It's just a showstopper. It really is one of those things that you just go, oh my gosh, that's beautiful. You can't help but stare at it, quite frankly. But look at how beautiful that is under all these various colors. That's really stunning, and that's a really dark navy blue. There it is under a fall color, maybe a Christmas holiday burgundy color. And I want you to see what I did, because I think this is really crucial. You're getting both pieces. Now, if I took this away and I was in, say, I don't know, Taos, New Mexico, and I went into a gallery and I saw a 2-inch Amazonite pendant like this. It's big, there's tons of sterling. I would think this is $134.90 or then some, right? Then they're not even gonna have Amazonite, by the way, but if they did, it was some magical store, then you add a necklace, and look at that. That's completely surrounded bead after bead in Amazonite, full cut, and you have the extender on the back in sterling. But now you get both pieces, and I hoped you liked that idea of taking it and dropping it with a collar. Maybe you have a sterling silver necklace you can use, because it becomes really a drama look, and it gives you 2 looks, but you're not paying for 2 different pieces. You get them all, and it's one deal, one-time clearance, and that's it. We have 161 left. Thank you, Adam, for sticking that up there. We do not have a lot of these. Don't forget, and this is gonna be a big deal, and Jay's always wonderful about this. If you can swing it, get matching earrings. Because Jay, how difficult will it be for me to find matching earrings?
Well, in this material, I would say probably your chances would be none.
Just a little heads up.
Yeah,
I kind of knew he was gonna say that.
Okay, let me just put it this way. I've never seen anybody else have it.
Yeah.
Okay, now, that doesn't mean